What's up, guys? It's T Nice here. We're gonna go ahead and do this first playthrough on a game called Ball Pit. Now it has an X in the middle, so I don't know if you call it Ball X Pit, but usually games or shows they got an X in between, you kind of make it silent. So for this one, like Hunter x Hunter, we don't call it Hunter X Hunter, we call it Hunter x Hunter. So this should be just Ball Pit. Um, I don't know why they add X's to it, but maybe because balls and pit they don't go together that well. So let's go ahead and get this going. Hopefully my camera and everything, my game capture is going to be right. I was having issues with it before, so let's see if that works. Hold on 1 second. Looks like we're good to go. This is supposed to be a roguelite bullet hell tower defense with other elements put into it. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. It looks good. I like already from the beginning. I like the music that's playing with it. Has some nice little BGM. Let's see. Take the screen, shake off. I don't know if we play this with a remote control or if we'll play with a keyboard, but let's try a keyboard initially. I only like to play side scrollers with a remote control. Disable damage numbers, no. Slower game speed, no. We'll turn the overall everything down just a little bit. All right, let's go. New game. What is that? Babylon? Not Babylon, Babylon. What was that anime called that it was that big hole in the middle? I think it was it Made in Abyss? Man, I need to watch that. I think I only watched the first season, and I heard they had movies that came out and different seasons and stuff, man, but that was pretty cool. I think it was kind of like the same thing, like they had this giant hole and everybody was going to the middle to get treasures and stuff. Man, that anime was, the first season I watched was pretty awesome. Alright, yeah, WASD, aim with mouse and shoot. Yeah, we're definitely not using a remote control for this. Do we have to catch them? Oh, we do. We have to catch the. Looks like the red ball comes back to us. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind if they have like an auto. So I can just kind of move the mouse cursor. So far it looks pretty good. So it looks like if I catch the ball, I automatically shoot it. And if I let it go to the end, it'll take a little second to respawn. Alright, so you kind of get the gist of, you kind of want to throw a ball inside the gaps to get a nice set amount of damage. Enemies will attack you if they get close to you or reach the bottom of the screen. Okay, no problem. So, okay, level up. Oh, it auto levels. I was gonna say, man. All right, let's see what the stats do. Endurance affects HP. Strength affects base damage. Leadership, I've never heard that stat before. Affect baby balls. So I'm guessing the baby balls are the white balls. Okay, leadership, that's a new stat, never heard of that before. Speed, of course, ball speed, move speed, that's pretty obvious. Crit chance, alright, and AoE power and stat. Yeah, the only stat on here that I've never seen before is leadership, but the rest are pretty self-explanatory. Alright, here goes our So it's not just a roguelike. Looks like it has that Vampire Slayer build where you level up and you can pick an upgrade, which is pretty cool. So I think this game kind of combined everything into one and just made something out of it. But it's made by Devolver, so we know this game is going to be good. Devolver makes very good games. So we got Bleed, Eggsec. So usually on Vampire Slayer type games, the first 4 slots have maybe like a skill set, and then the 4 at the bottom is like a buff, like a crit buff, armor, move speed buff, stuff like that. So we'll just play it by ear. Okay, so we can do auto firing with F or middle mouse click. All right, I like that better. Each hit has a 4 point. So we need heal. That's pretty nice. Okay. Just game speed. It seems like it's fast enough right now. Maybe when we get a lot better, we'll up the game speed. Fishing randomly levels up your equipment 1 or more times. I like how it's just like, cool. So it's like a treasure chest from Vampire Slayer. Alright. And I like how the balls are kind of, you can kind of distinguish the difference between the balls and like right now we're shooting arrows. So you can kind of distinguish the difference. Sometimes those bullet hell games, there's so much going on that you don't even know what's going on on your screen, or you kind of get confused. But this one seems like it's pretty legit. Like I can see the arrows and the difference. Because the balls kind of have subtle colors. So, alright, let me focus. Alright, so that's our kind of a perk at the bottom. We'll go ahead and, like I got here. And I'm not expecting to win. Usually when they throw you right in the game, you're gonna fight the first boss and instantly die. So I'm not really expecting much. It's kind of like a little tutorial. So it's alright if we die. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. Plus, it had roguelite on the description, so using a roguelite, you're not going to be strong enough to get that far anyway. Is that wood? Maybe there's a crafting mechanic? Looks like we need... Let's get another ball because it looks like they're catching up to us. That's pretty nice. I think I need to start doing more bounce moves. Another bounce. Increases ball's launch speed by 20%, but get knocked back a little each time you shoot a ball. I don't see a problem with getting knocked back. It's not like I want to stand forward. Fusion combines any two fully upgraded balls, combining their properties into one ball. Balls can only be fused once. So what can we fuse? Egg sac, the sac, and the laser. Alright. So maybe they combined it and gave us a, let's see, an open slot. Yeah. So it combined those two and gave us another weapon slot. Passes through enemies. So that'll go good with this one because it passes and comes back and then it'll hit them in the back and from behind. Mind you, I don't know what I'm doing. So looks like we're about to die, man. I'm just not doing enough damage. But like I said, I'm not expecting much on the first run. That's pretty much how these games work. You're gonna die, you're gonna get some upgrades. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that's looks like that's our permanent buffs when we do a run. Okay. Welcome to New Babylon. That's funny. Babylon. Your home base is planting some wheat. So yeah, it looks like they got a little. Sometimes these games have like a little crafting building system to upgrade. Alright, let's put some wheat in the corner. Forest. Build a forest here. Now you have some resource tiles. You will have to send out someone to harvest them. Okay. Oh man, I would have put them together. So you aim towards the resource, and I guess it'll gather it. But I have them separated. I wonder if you can modify that. Let's try. I barely touch it right there. Maybe it'll bounce. All right. Oh, it looks like it runs back too. Cool. All right, now what? Alright. So that looks like click that to go back to the pit. Got options, expand. Oh, we can make the land bigger. Can we? Yeah. Kind of do that, they'll bounce. Rearrange, build. Can we build another? Let's build another wheat. We hit it. Warfare, housing. So we don't have anything unlocked right now. So I guess we just go back and play. Looks like there's a lot of characters. Let's see. 3, 6, 9, 12, 16 characters. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's go back. at 1 speed, so that's slow. And that's the normal speed. So it looks like you can do 3 for a little faster speed. I think the beginner's pretty easy, so we don't need to go slow. You can go faster speed. Let's try something else. So it looks like this one hits and chains. This is a passive. Oh, that's pretty cool. If we actually catch the balls, so it benefits us if we actually catch the ball. I may need to slow it down if I'm gonna try and catch the ball though. I don't really like this ball. Gosh, no, we don't need that. Let's keep leveling this. Freeze, 4% chance to freeze enemies for 5 seconds. It's pretty nice. That's pretty good too though. 20% crit chance if I'm in the same row. Let's go with that passive. That's pretty good passive. So pretty much if I stand in front of them, I can pretty much nail a crit. Brood Mother. Seems interesting. I think the same column would be good for when I'm fighting bosses. Freeze. Yeah, I didn't really like this one. Let's try the freeze ball. Wind passes through enemies and slows them down. I didn't really like that one. Like, it seems like you either have to build, kind of you throw the ball and it bounces behind them, or you kind of do a frontal assault. And this one's kind of like a frontal build. So that one's not really good, and that one's not really good. I need something that's gonna hit and come back to me. So I don't really want to re-roll, but let's just do one. Yeah, let's do the crit. Yeah, I was hitting it in the front, but it looks like since it's diagonal, it went to the side. So we'll shoot it from this. So I guess you got to be pretty good with angles on this game. Increase range in which you pick up items and catch balls. That's pretty good because I'm trying to catch the balls for this part. So let's get the magnet. Increase ball and speed, but get and I also saw that it had that we get blueprints. Aim becomes scattered. We don't need that. We need to aim straight. When enemy is frozen, so we do have a freeze. That's pretty good. That'll go with this and this one. So we're gonna go with this Warhorn passive. Pretty much we just want to catch the ball and spam the baby balls. Alright, are you gonna die? Nope. Looks like we're gonna die. That's the first time that I saw freeze actually work. Yeah, we're dead. Let's go back to base. I don't think we can really do much in base though. We're not. Let's see how do I throw the ball? That's the upgrade. Oh, harvest. Oh, he doesn't bounce off of that. That was my mistake. Let's go back. Yeah, I need to get some blueprints. And I think I needed to level up my balls more than just focusing on my passive. I don't really like the bleed ball though, but it looks like it's better if I throw it in the back. Yeah, we'll do that. Floats around your character and shoots a baby ball at enemies every 2 seconds. Yeah, I think the last one wasn't that good because I need to bounce the balls. That one's vertical. That seems pretty good. That vertical is a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if you can do the vertical and fuse it with the horizontal, and then it kind of just hits all the monsters at once. So we're trying to find the horizontal one. Yeah, this one is doing a lot more damage. And the freeze ball I had, it like I only saw it freeze something towards the end. Earthquake deals 4 damage to that seems pretty cool. Fire rate, I like that one though. I don't think that does anything for the special boss. Nice. So we got horizontal and vertical. So we'll see if we can fuse those two. So we'll focus on leveling those two balls. I think it said you can fuse them once they're max level, which is pretty common with the Slayer type games. Poison. No, we're gonna stick with the horizontal and vertical ball. It looks like it's hitting everything, but I don't know if it's doing a lot of damage, like single target damage. Looks like it's more on the AoE side. Not bad. I think that's a blueprint we found. New character. I like. Whoa. Let's see. Earthquake seems good. I like Magnet though, but let's get another ball. Then we got Evolution fuses certain combinations of fully upgraded balls into powerful new balls. I'm guessing that's gonna be the horizontal and the vertical ball. Yeah. Deals 21 to 32 damage to all enemies in the same row and column. So yeah, pretty much just, that one was pretty self-explanatory. I mean, vertical, horizontal, put them together. I mean, come on, let's be obvious. But that makes it that we have an extra slot now. So the question is, what would go with the bleed and what would go with the earthquake? I'm thinking that if you kind of go element-wise, wind would go with earthquake maybe, and if you go with the bleed, maybe like a poison bleed build, that'll kind of like a dot build. Every 7 rolls spawn a stone pillar with all damage move up. Well, that's pretty good. But I'm wondering if level 3 is the max level, or if we can like increase our max level when we go further in and we upgrade, because that's not much to go with, right? I was like, dude, what is that? That's my minion. Let's throw the holy ball up there. Yeah, I like this. I like this holy ball. So we need to get either the wind ball or friendly pieces gained. Well, that'll work because we have the stone effigy. You can heal past your health. No. We'll take that one. Pretty much makes our little tank a little stronger. And that was level 1 at 100 extra health, so it'll be pretty good later on. I mean, we're doing a lot better than our last run. We died like right after we beat the first boss. I think this holy ball was doing it for us. So what it's saying is to level our bleed and our earthquake together. You know what I'm wondering? If we can, if there's a way like you do a fusion. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, where you actually combine them and then you do another combine and you keep going like that. See, like the other one was like a special upgrade. It actually turned into a different one. This was just gave me extra boss fights. So I don't know. It's level 2. So we're gonna keep. We're gonna get a new ball. So iron. What was the other one? Earthquake, iron, maybe iron and bleed. Or burn and maybe frost. So we'll try and go for a frost. It looks like there's a boss popping up. I wonder if it's better to sometimes save your ball to get a good angle, or if I should just keep it on auto. Alright, let's try and get it in there. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Doing enough damage to this boss. I don't know. I think we need another ball or we're gonna die. We're trying to keep it sideways. So we need to get another ball to 3, I guess. Let's focus on damage. Let's see. I wonder if we can combine upgrade it. Let's see. Oh, wait, let's check it. Encyclopedia. Let's do that and see if we can fuse the upgraded ball with a fireball. Let's see. Yeah, that's Can we go back? Let's do it. So it'll pretty much be a lane burner, yeah. But I'm thinking it's way better combinations. I think it's pretty cool though, because if you make a combination, if you can upgrade it to a special combination and get a special and then upgrade that special, I'm pretty sure that's how you pretty much beat the game. So you won't know the combinations either one unless you look it up or if you experiment. So you pretty much don't want to keep going the same build every time. You may find some good combinations. Okay, we needed that ice to go with the fire. Oh, let's try this. Poison and oh, it's already mixed with the bleed. Let's see. Let's just go ice. Maybe if we level it enough, it'll start actually freezing stuff. I'm surprised we only got one blueprint so far. We've gotten pretty far this time. So that maxed everything out, so we need another. Yeah, I don't know what happens when you level up and all your balls are maxed over 3. I wonder if it'll just stay at max or if it'll give you the chance to fuse. Oh yeah, it just gives you. Gives you a max. I get hit? Oh, I must have got hit by an arrow. I wasn't looking. So we need one of those fusion little things so we can use something and that way we'll waste our level up again. At the end of the stage? Oh, okay. We got actual bosses now. Yeah, but I need to do something. I'm gonna die. Well, let's take wood. Says it looks good. I was like, it didn't look like I was doing damage, but it looks like I gotta hit it in the back and hit the crown. Still don't like I didn't get a fusion item. I'm too focused on dodging arrows to focus on where the balls are hidden. Hopefully they're doing something. see what hit me. One more until next lift upgrade. Whoa. Cozy theme, new character. So I can build a house? Boneyard trophy. Gain status effect power for each character you've completed the boneyard with. Oh, that was it? Let's see. Increase the harvest clock. Passes through boulders when harvesting boulders. I don't know. I'll guess. I don't even have stone. All right, let's return to base. Got a new ball. Looks like we got some new upgrades. Open the building menu. Select the housing category to see all of your unlocked houses. Oh, okay. Okay. Itchy finger. Cool. So we need more wheat. And this was gain status effect power for each character you completed. The boneyard. So let's. Oh, we don't have any stone. And that's. We'll do north because if the character kind of goes, you know, northern when you're pushing it, it'll be better to just push it forward. So I'll move these as well. All right, that's not bad. So let's rearrange. So we know this one. So I keep forgetting that when he runs into this one, he runs through it. So we can do, let's try it this way. So we'll knock it this way and it'll bounce, bounce, bounce for now. All right, so, right? Looks like it's not gonna do it. Can I cancel? Yeah. So we want it, so let's move it in the middle. So the bounce here. And then come down here, and then maybe it'll go here. All right, let's try that. Oh man. Oh, it's two of them. I didn't realize that. Okay, so every time you get a new hero, it runs and harvests as well. Okay, that's pretty cool. So it's not really too big of a deal how you have it set up when you have multiple characters trying to hit it. Alright, so we want to build this. What was the other one? We need 20 and 5 wood. Let's put this in the corner somewhere. Oh, okay. So I need to hit that as well when I'm using my worker. Alright, let's play. What ball does this one have? Burn? Okay. Has scattered aim but shoots twice as fast and constantly launches balls if any are available. Can move at full speed while shooting. Let's try this guy. So, said normal or fast. I'm guessing that means that the stuff is gonna come down a little faster. I don't think we're that good yet that we need to do fast mode. Plus it said we got 1 out of 2 gears, so I'm guessing we just have to complete this one more time, and we'll get the second gear to go to the next stage. Did we catch it? Oh, it's like I could have sworn I was running through it, but. So we're gonna go, we're not gonna do this one this time. We're gonna try and go with elemental build. So we'll see which one has like the rare mixture. So we'll try fire, wind, earth, and ice. If we can get them. Mainly we want to try the fire and ice. Maybe fire and wind can turn into like a tornado like ball. So we don't want that. We don't want that. I don't want either one of these. Let's try iron. Maybe something like a fire iron is like lava or something. Well, at least I don't have a hard time catching that ball. Nice. Increase range. You know, I wonder if I'm actually good because I beat the boss, what was that, the second attempt? I wonder if people are actually beating it the second attempt or if it's taking them a few runs.